2 more minutes to wait. Alright, our lineup is Jungle, Jarvan once again, a Leona and Vayne bottom lane, Renekton top lane, and Gragas for team Come to Daddy. Purple team, MICC, we've got a Jungle Darius. That's something I haven't seen in a while. Bottom lane of is unclear, but their AD carry appears to be Tristana. I would venture to guess their mid lane
is
Kassadin with the top Jax. So a support Fiddlesticks without exhaust.
Very strange. Noteworthy thing to take into account is Vayne did indeed take their that cleanse for the Fiddle Fear. They know
that Fiddle Fear,
fight.
a 3-second fear is a long time, especially as an AD carry with that low amount of health.
Yep.
We've got just 40 seconds remaining on the clock here.
Don't forget to vote, guys. Blue team is Come to Daddy, and purple team is MICC. So vote 1 is for Come to Daddy, vote 2 is MICC. We do indeed take votes up until the game is over, but I mean, come on. If you vote late, we know you're cheating. We'll catch you. Alright, 5 seconds until we hit load screen, guys.
I'm personally putting a bet on MICC because they've had a strong momentum here, and I think they're gonna do well in this very last game. But I personally have not seen Come to Daddy play, so I have no idea how this game is going to go.
Come to Daddy could be the wild card in this situation.
They really could, especially with that interesting team comp of a support Fiddles without something like exhaust.
Leona Vayne is definitely going to be
a tough matchup.
Lane.
We do, however, see Come to Daddy or MICC winning that load screen. But I'm a big fan of that Oktoberfest Gragas skin. That is a wonderful skin.
Yep. And very, very close in the skin battle here. Only winning by 1 for MICC.
Yes. Here we go to start it off. We've got our first buys happening. Both AD carries purchasing that Doran's Blade.
Very, very common so far in this tournament. One of the few different ones that we've seen wasn't even a longsword too. It was the more and more common boots 4 start.
We've got that salad bar for the supports. Interesting top lane of a Doran Shield pot choice, and mid of the ring.
I'm honestly putting my money on Come to Daddy this game. I'm gonna go ahead and cast my vote now. My reason being is going to be what we've already seen with this Renekton Jarvan.
That is a good point.
Especially if they choose to push it to late game. Tristan is a great late game carry, don't get me wrong, but definitely we do see the prominence of a Vayne late game.
That Renekton will be strong, especially. Although the Fiddlesticks does have the ability to turn around a fight by ulting and zone using in the middle. Purple team, you're seeing this kind of this sneaky invade through top, but 2 of them are already going back. Renekton, they're hiding in the bush, running away. Are they going to be able to catch him? Certainly not, but they will push him out of jungle.
Seeing the start of Dorn's 1 doesn't really mean much to me, looking at the fact that Jack started Cloth 4-1. Jax is planning on trying to avoid taking too much damage. Really, really, really important thing to notice there is that the XP leech that happened in the
Purple team
lanes.
jumping in, that crow doing massive amounts of damage to Jarvan.
Yep.
But neither team will get a kill. Pretty equal in gold. Blue team up by only 100 at the start of this game.
And that's all coming from Gragas right now. He was the first person in lane and he's already got his 6th farm.
Renekton taking large amounts of harass from Jax.
Mm-hmm. Something of note is neither team has cleared both the minions. On both sides, there
are still minions at blue buff. Jax might get this early Renekton kill here, but Renekton's hugging back to tower. Jax having massive amount of base damage. He can take that Renekton on.
Alright, and while the lanes seem pretty passive, I'll go ahead and pull up a little Nexus and check out what we're dealing with here. So in this matchup, we already know what MICC has. Their Silver 2 Darius, their Gold 5 Kassadin, Silver 3 Tristana, Plat 5 Jax, and Silver 5 Fiddlesticks. Surprisingly, a very fairly low ranked team for
Jax flashing
Come to Daddy.
with that ignite for the first blood.
Yeah. Jarvan bronze 1, being bronze 1, Leona bronze 4, Renekton silver 4, Vayne gold 5, and Gragas gold 1. A huge difference in skill level. There's not a single bronze on MICC, whereas there are 2 over here on Come to Daddy. We'll see how that affects them.
We'll also want to keep our eye on that jungle Darius because he can either be pretty good or not so great.
Yeah, it's all dependent on whether or not he gets the kills or he feeds his carries.
That Gragas though, being able to harass, if he has a barrel, he could secure this kill, but that ignite by itself is not going over, being able to do that.
Down bot, you have that constant harass, a little ward battle.
Alright, now
almost turned in Fiddlestick's favor.
Now 5 minutes into the game, if you have not yet cast your vote, 1 for Come to Daddy or 2 for MICC. It's not in anybody's favor yet. We've 1 kill on purple team, but still 6.0 to 6.2k gold. Our 80 carries, Tristan at 24 farm, Vayne at 25. It's very even.
Fiddle's constant poke bot lane is definitely assisting in them pushing. Vayne is at about a quarter health, but one false move by MICC and Leona will lock them down.
Most definitely, but you do still have to watch out for that Fiddlesphere, because even with the lockdown, Leona has to focus all her attention on Fiddlesticks and not that Tristana.
Yep. Fairly passive right now and everything. Oh, Jax is getting in that
Jax
poke top
already
lane.
2 levels ahead of that Renekton.
He definitely wants to keep his lead there.
Yeah, because Renekton, once he hits 6, it's tough. It's tough. Ooh, Gragas going ham. He might get this kill, but he does not have his ignite up. He's gonna have to dive. Darius, though, coming in with the flash for the pull, and unfortunately keeping him under tower is going to kill him. A 1-for-1 trade, not bad, but still keeping the teams in a little balance. However,
Yeah.
purple team pulling ahead by just a small margin.
It's funny, Gragas is still decimating in CS. He's a full 20 CS ahead. It's almost a full item. As far as the jungles go, ooh, wow, that was a very early ult from Darius. But as far as jungles go, Jarvan's at 31, Darius is at 30. They're both pretty even.
Jack's, though, giving
carries,
this Renekton a hard time.
Yep. Top farm, Jax is ahead by 18 CS. That's
Unfortunately, that
huge.
Fiddle Sphere blowing that fight for Vayne. She just could not do anything, had to blow her cleanse and roll out, even though the Leona got that stun.
Yep. Kassadin's still trying to fight mid lane. Still keeping holding his own.
Oh, thank you so much. As Renekton hits 6th, we're gonna see hopefully a pickup in the fights here, because he'll be able to have that ult that will do the damage to Jax. But also now that Kassadin's hit 6th, he'll be able to get in and out of the fights with that Gragas instead of just having to run away and get chased down.
Also, his gank potential has just increased exponentially. He can now head bot and secure all these kills that Tristana and Fiddlesticks have not been able to do on Vayne.
Still, only a 500 gold difference between these two teams.
Yep, it's very, very close as far as farm goes. MICC is definitely excelling in the kills department, but Come to Daddy has definitely been pulling ahead in the farm. And that is largely due to Gragas just about to take his 30 CS lead.
Jack's jumping on Renekton once again, and he can't do much. Here goes the Fiddlesticks. Oh, trying to get the surprise on that Vayne, which she will Tristana being able to jump in. But there's that ult.
That ultimate.
It gets the damage that needed to be done. At first I thought, oh, there's that Gragas able to knock them back. Leona ultimate popping a little
Jarvan
late, but
damage.
unfortunately that Jarvan damage on his ultimate, like we've seen in past games, is just too much to handle.
Yep.
And going in for another fight.
I'm
gonna pick up.
Kassadin comes out with that kill. Kassadin sticking in for this fight.
But he has to. He could have turned,
no.
but that barrel is just gonna. Tristana though. Oh, there's that Gragas dodge that always gets him out of the fights that he needs to run away from.
Unfortunately, I don't know if Gragas is going to be able to do very much in this. Oh,
Although that lockdown will.
that lockdown from Leona will definitely help.
Gragas still always being able to get away.
Amazingly, yeah, that was very well done by Gragas.
If we go back-
he's definitely showing why he is the playmaker on his team.
Yeah, if we go back and we look, Gragas threw that ward down. A ward on your mid is something that's not seen at these elos, but Gragas smart enough to buy one, threw that ward down to see which way Tristana was going to go so that he could plan his escape efficiently.
Yeah.
Because if Tristana had chased him but turned around and he ran back by blue, he would have been dead, but he was able to see which way she was going. But, I mean, still, there's only a
That
200 difference in gold. That 3-second fear from Fiddles is terribly silly.
Unfortunately, that ignite will not be enough to finish off Renekton, but Jax did indeed do his best.
Renekton did have to pop his ult to stay alive.
Yeah. Or to at least guarantee that he was still
Yeah.
alive.
That Gragas playmaker is not helping the
Yeah.
enemy team.
You see, in my head, I tried to regret picking Come to Daddy, but I no longer do. They just took their 500 gold lead and the tables have turned.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's just see if anything can happen bot lane.
I would not discount MICC yet, however.
They've come back before.
They have. I mean, you kill that Gragas easily with someone like Cassidon who can just jump in, jump out, and avoid that ultimate barrel. And you're left with not much of an option, because Vayne is the only other real source of damage.
Well, also, Renekton and Jarvan are not to discount, because
They're,
we've seen that
they're certainly not to
combination of
discount,
damage.
but Jax has certainly not quite shut down, but has seriously put a cramp in that Renekton style.
Yeah. I'm thinking that Jarvan is really the deciding factor of this game. And a lot of the dedication that Darius is going to have to do to shut down Darius, a lot of the effort he'll have to put in is really going to be what decides this game. But yet again, Gragas coming top, unfortunately sitting on a ward.
If you couple together the not the Renekton, but the Jarvan and Leona ults, and you catch someone like the enemy Tristana, you can seriously turn that game around. Darius flashing with the pull, but does not get it.
Yep, he was not in range enough.
That is a very risky move. It can pay off, but that close to tower, I'm not sure that that was the smart move to do. Jarvan trying to come around to get the gank on this Tristana. Unfortunately,
Knowing that
jump
she had the jump,
does
I don't think
save
I
her.
would have initiated with my ult, unless I could have landed the stun. Which actually, knowing Leona's one of my main supports, and I know the range. If she had just taken a step upward, she probably could have landed it with a stun. It's important to know that Purple side didn't have ward coverage of there when
No.
when Gragas was coming down, or when Jarvan was coming down.
He does throw that. Ooh,
the
but that
barrel.
ignite, that barrel is gonna do lots of damage.
Double
And he
kill
gets a
for
double.
Gragas.
That was very well planned.
calculated.
Mm-hmm.
This
I was
Gragas
wondering why he
definitely
didn't
goes with-
ignite that barrel, but then we see that he's either silenced from doing it or waiting. Top lane did get a turret, but Come to Daddy will pick up this bottom turret, giving them a 2,000, well, almost a little over 1.5 or 1k gold. I don't know, math is hard.
But they're also going to attempt to take Dragon right here, and Purple team is too far away to really contest it too much. They are definitely incoming, but there's not much that they can do to take that.
Blue team getting ahead with that gold now to 2k. However, Purple team definitely does have that. Oh, that missed Gragas barrel is gonna cost them, but unfortunately it's still a 4v2 until the rest of their team can get in. Fiddles with that silence. Provides the disengage that Jax and Darius need to get away.
So on the farm scale, almost doubling Cassidon's, Gragas has put in quite a bit of work to try to help his team out. Whereas on the flip side, down bot lane, there's a 15 CS advantage in the favor of Tristana over this Vayne.
This
Which,
game is
although not
still
fantastic, is
close
still
enough
pretty close.
that you can still cast your vote for either team.
But when you cast your vote, do take note of the 7-1 Gragas.
The 7-1 Gragas is really important.
He needs to buy some sort of health, though.
He does. It's currently 8-4, with only a not even 2k lead in gold for Come to Daddy. You've got that excellent Gragas or Jax duel potential that just helps so much. Caskin is just not doing the damage he needs to be.
Nope. And what's worse is Darius isn't fast enough right now to compete with him. To compete with that ability to just roll away. Alright, a little fight breaking down right here on top of Jarvan. Down Jarvan.
And that Darius is
goes.
going to secure the kill, and Gragas is going to try to help with his barrel, but unfortunately it is a bit too late.
Yep.
We see some more Jax Renekton top, but a fight looks like it might be brewing down bottom river. Now that Renekton's got some items, he's able to efficiently duel with Jax.
Yeah. Jax is also trying to focus more on farming than he can on fighting, I can tell. He has almost a 40 CS lead over Renekton.
It's important to keep that lead, because if you keep that lead, then you're going to be able to get those items that you need to eventually kill him.
And here comes Gragas, if Jax does not go B, which he will not. Ooh, he was just about to. I was gonna get scared.
This is going to be interesting. Is Darius going to come up to assist? Gragas is going to go back. Jax? Gragas is right there behind the corner. Both are at half health. If he... There we go. That's the damage that we've seen.
Surprise Gragas is definitely changing this game.
They're going to flash for him, but unfortunately Jax's jump allows him to get away. Gragas is now 8-1.
Definitely doing very well for his team.
Purple team terribly out of position. They cannot contest this blue team invaded their jungle.
And there goes their top tower. That's 3 towers that Come to Daddy has now taken. For the
So
one.
MICC's 1.
Yeah.
Finally
That puts
pulling
them
ahead.
at 4K.
4K
of
lead.
the gold advantage.
MICC still doing better in terms of farm though,
Yeah.
overall.
The only lane that on their team that's losing in farm is mid, and that's because Gragas has been doing exceptionally at being able to hold twice as much farm as Kassadin.
Gragas'
That
barrel
poke is absolutely
expertly
insane.
clears waves though.
Yeah. There's that spidey sense that's tingling from that ward right there. They knew that Tristana and Fiddlesticks were both there. Whoa!
That barrel severely chunking that Fizz. Almost half his health.
Fiddlesticks definitely does not want to get poked by that again.
If we take a moment to look at Gragas, he has 300 AP already.
Yeah.
He's
if
got
you look at...
a death cap,
Go ahead.
Sork shoes, Holy Grail. He's still got his Doran Swing and 2 pots. He's doing extremely well for himself.
Yeah, looking at the overall gold scales, he's at 8.5k. The closest on the enemy team to him is Tristana, who's almost at 6k. He is definitely holding the lead of this game.
And it's definitely showing in his damage too.
All right,
Surprisingly,
Dragon
though,
is now live.
and just in time, blue team's demonstrating a good amount of number remembrance to get there just as it spawns. Surprisingly, our poll,
Yeah.
1 vote for Come to Daddy, 2 for MICC.
I'm the only person who's voted for Come to Daddy.
It seemed like MICC might have this game in the bag, but they're almost 5k gold behind now.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
There we go, that's gonna give them that 5k gold lead. They have 3 towers, 9 kills.
Alright, next dragon will be at 2640 or 2746.
However, don't discount MICC yet. A good team fight can still put them ahead.
A huge factor of that team fight will be how fast they jump onto the Scraggus.
Yeah, because Gragas, especially with that barrel though, you gotta watch out because you jump on him, he could just barrel himself and then it's out of there.
Yeah.
Do we go with that Jarvan
that's
initiate?
Exactly what the enemy team should fear, right there. That engage, and he's already tanky enough to where that none of that damage that they're trying to throw on him
There's
really
the
matter
shutdown
that
on the
much.
Gragas. Purple team jumping in, all 4 of them alive for 2 kills on Come to Daddy.
What helped them a lot was Gragas did not have his ultimate for that fight.
He did not.
Or maybe he did. Maybe it's just on
I think
that
he blew it
little
early is
right
what happened there.
Yeah.
But Purple team does recognize that Gragas and they do make an effort to take him out.
Yeah. So that's going to be a second tower, possibly for MICC. But something really important to notice is that both of the other lanes are pushing like crazy.
Yeah. Come to Daddy has done a good job. Even Renekton's upstairs trying to get that tower. It was
Yep,
also a
and just gonna
4v5.
head to stay bot. Yeah.
And while they did get 2 kills, that's still not enough to put them ahead yet. Though they did catch up, only a 3k difference in gold. Almost 4k still.
Well, they had to start somewhere. Alright, so my eyes are stuck on Playmaker Gragas, who's just about to hit level 16.
Most definitely. That's going to give him that next level for result. There he goes. He's going to hit that Tristana. But unfortunately, her jump is going to save her.
Yeah. But that ultimate on its own chunked Tristana to exactly half health.
It's really what's the MICC has to be aware not to group up in a team fight. Because if they group up in a team fight and that Gragas barrel gets on top of them, it's going to push everyone away. Leona's going to easily be able to lock down, as is Jarvan. And it's going to really screw them up. So they have to stay spread out and wait for that barrel until they can really go all ham. Leona here might get caught out. Jumping on her, that flash
Leona.
over the wall is going to save her. Unfortunately, running into Fiddles.
The enemy.
Gragas desperately trying to get away. The purple team is separated. Twitch with the ult though. Or not Twitch, what's his face? The other one.
Fiddle.
Rampage.
That was a good turnaround, allowing them
So-
to catch up 10 to 11 kills now. Purple team pulling ahead in kills. If they can get this, Gragas, they will pull ahead in gold also.
Yep.
Almost.
Oh, they did not.
They did not. He
It
was
is
not
still
on a
1k
killing
difference,
spree.
but they should be able to grab this tower.
And that tower will set them ahead. So as you can see, this is still anybody's game.
Turret has been
We only have 1 vote for Come to Daddy, 2 for MICC. Cast your vote by typing !poll space 1 or 2. 1 for Come to Daddy, 2 for MICC. Let's see how this game turns out.
Yep.
We're even in towers now. MICC up in gold. Not for long
Over
though.
on,
There's only a 300 gold
Oh.
difference.
Over on MICC, the main playmaker that they have is that Jax, that plat 5 player, that was their sub. He definitely has been doing as much as he can to come back from this now 9-3 Gragas. As far as farm goes, Jax and Gragas were actually dead even for a second there. They really want to
They
fight this
really
Jax.
want this Jax, but unfortunately he's going to get away. If he can jump to that Tristana, but unfortunately that thing
Nope.
pins him to the wall.
Dragon
Purple team
is
gonna-
live in 1 minute.
Dragon is live. Unfortunately, purple team is going to be pushed back against our tower, but they can hold out if all 4 of them are there. They do have to watch out. Gragas' barrel is down. There goes Leona's ult. Very good. It's now a 4v4. Renekton is down. As is both major ults. Kasten trying to get something here, but... Ooh, Fiddles coming around the side, but backing off.
Looks like Jax is gonna head top, split push. Everybody else is just going back to farming.
Blue team only ahead by 100 gold. Currently very quiet on the fields of battle. Blue team going for that dragon to help hopefully put them ahead. Darius coming in to maybe steal it.
Nope.
Unfortunately, he's not fast enough.
Renekton managed to hold off Kassadin, Fiddlesticks, and Jax.
Darius in the middle of that fight gets wasted, but unfortunately, both Gragas' and Leona's ults are not enough as they both miss. Purple team picking up that triple kill with Kassadin. Kassadin unfortunately has not enough mana to catch the Gragas. But they are going to be able to push
for a dive.
and hopefully take this tower.
The flash from Gragas definitely helped save him.
You do have to watch out, however, as a single barrel onto that Fiddles can easily take him down enough.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Purple team pulling ahead in both kills and turrets, but only ahead by a little over 1,000 gold. It's really that farm on blue team that's been keeping them afloat.
And the majority of that has been on this Gragas. Gragas right now, let's check that out. He is worth 11,500 gold. The closest person to contesting that is the almost 10,000 gold Jax.
The problem is Gragas has all of their kills. He has 9 out of their 12 kills.
Of the 12.
Vayne has 1, and Jarvan has 2. Whereas if you look at the other team, most of the kills are evenly spread out. We've got Jax with 6, Tristana with 2, Kasten with 7, and Darius with also 2.
Jarvan burning flash to get out of there.
This could be the Baron fight we might have been looking for, but it's not lining up towards it. This entire tournament we haven't seen a great Baron fight.
But it could happen right here. This is the championship match.
This
for
would be the
two
kind of two teams that would need to secure that Baron and need to have a good fight over it.
Yep. These teams are too close in these small fights to really assume power over each other. So
If
it's
one of
all
the
going
teams
to
gets
come down to
Baron,
that.
it's going to help them. Bottom lane, minions are pushing and they come into this fight. Everyone popping all their ults.
A very, very, very
We see that tower go up.
ult.
Purple team easily killing. Jax is low, but purple team just cleaning up.
Yep, there's the ace.
Jax though does need to be careful as he's very low health. Twitch, unfortunately, or not Twitch, two
Bill
executes.
And Jax and
For a
and
third.
Tristana, all
They
execute.
are, however, going to get the tower. They know with nobody up until for 10 seconds, they can secure this inhibitor. Leona just coming up, they're going to get out with their lives. However, bottom lane
And it
also
looks
pushing.
like- yeah, it looks like they're gonna head bottom lane and try to make something happen there. Maybe take another tower.
If they can just simply clear the creep waves, it will be enough to push. However, blue team up is going to give chase. That tower, though, did take about a third of its health and damage.
Yeah. And top lane itself is pushing. It has a decent sized wave of mage minions getting ready to just tear apart every line of melee minions they fight.
MICC, once the underdog, really coming back as they clean up in these team fights.
Yep.
Leading by 10 kills, 3 towers, and 5k gold. Once recently the blue team had that same 5k gold, so it can still easily go either way.
This game has been really back and forth. If you recall, at the beginning of this match, it was MICC who was in the lead in gold, and then the advantage was taken by Come to Daddy, and now it's back in the favor of MICC.
Blue team has to retreat from this purple invade as they know that they can't fight, especially without vision. Blue team hoping to use that Jax as bait, or purple team hoping to use that Jax as bait. There goes the engage. Unfortunately, blue team gets out, and there's that Gragas barrel to hopefully push them off, but they do lose the turret because of it.
Gragas barrel is actually on a very low cooldown for his barrel roll. It's on a 5.3 second cooldown, whereas his ult at max level is only at 1 minute cooldown.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's already a third recharged.
Yep.
Please do remember to favorite and like this channel, as it does help support us.
Also, don't forget to cast your vote. Vote 1 is for blue team, which is Come to Daddy, and vote 2 is for MICC, purple team.
Here we go, we got a little bit of downtime, but blue team looks like they know where purple team is and they do want to fight. Unfortunately, without that lack of sight, it's not going to be a pretty fight. Purple team leaving.
It looks like purple team is thinking about baroning, and they want to put the fear in
Blue team does not have sight here. If they walk into this, it could be a death trap for them. There we go. Purple team jumping on them. That Leona ult pop, missing almost everybody. Getting a slow, but not the stun she wanted. Gragas is going to take out that Fiddlesticks, but unfortunately, they still get the triple.
Yep.
Only Jarvan's left alive. We did not even see him blow his ult because he knew that it would not have worked well.
Renekton really was, he made a poor decision by walking into a brush that he had no vision of, knowing that the enemy team, if they win one more fight, will definitely win the game. And that looks like it's going to be what they're going to do. Even without this Jax, Tristana can push down that tower, push down the last one, and Leona just now came up, but doesn't even have home guards to stop them.
Tristana with that great attack speed damage. Leona's just going to get her face melted and jumped on. Vayne, however, is going to chase that cast in both flash. She does get the kill. Tristana killing that Leona, however, and that's all the damage they need to win the game.
Alright, good job for those of you who voted for MICC. You have
They really turned that game around. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Do subscribe to see more casting and streaming at a later date. That is it for our tournament this weekend. I will see you all later.